Hey, I'm Krista Wags. You are listening to MSP Sound on KFAI, and I am joined via Zoom, socially distanced, with Turn, Turn, Turn. Hey,
Hello.
Hello.
how are y'all doing?
Pretty good.
Pretty good on my end.
All right. Why don't you all take a second? Let's do a little round robin, introduce yourselves, and say what you do in the band.
All right, I'll start. I'm Adam Levy. I'm a singer-songwriter, guitarist, and I like to cook, and my favorite color is aquamarine.
Wow. That's too much information, Adam.
Oh, sorry. I mean, you keep telling me to be vulnerable, Barb. I'm just trying.
Aquamarine. I mean, come on.
Well, what's your favorite color?
Aquamarine. Actually, like a turquoise. So yeah, that's one of my favorite colors. So I'm Barb Brinstead, bass player, singer. Favorite color is also aquamarine.
Love it.
That's all I've got.
Are we introducing ourselves? I cut out for a second.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. My name is Savannah Smith. I'm also a singer-songwriter. My favorite color is, it changes. I think it's green. I think like a forest green or a burnt orange.
I'm wearing both those things.
Wow.
I think I'm actually wearing aquamarine, so it all works out.
No way.
You all are all just synced up. I cannot believe this. Well, let's talk about it. You had a brand new album, debut album, came out, Can't Go Back, came out in June, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, tell us a little bit about that.
Adam.
Okay.
Meanie, meanie.
I'll just start. And maybe I'll start at the very beginning. I was born in Bloomington, Indiana in 1964. No, this was a band that began as a way to play some of our favorite singer-songwriter, rock, folk, pop stuff from the 60s and 70s, and loosely, maybe like Laurel Canyon and Rubber Soul era Beatles and that whole just great period of music, and just to play some of our favorite songs from then. And Barb had been pushing us when we would be doing gigs. We're trying to figure out material, and we would add new covers every time we'd play. And Barb was like, you guys should just do one of your songs. Let's do some originals. And Savannah sort of reluctantly played a song, and it went over really well. And I was just like, I don't want to do originals in this band. I play in originals bands. I just want to do this music that I really love, that's not mine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then I can't remember exactly what clicked, but I've always got a lot of songs sitting around, and I just thought, what if this band made an originals record? And it was sort of a tip of the hat to all of the great music that we love. And I was just like totally vibing on the fact that it's me with two lovely women's voices. I've never been able to be in a setting to do that. And none of my original music had ever been able to benefit from that kind of performance of it. And we just started trying to play the songs, see how they sound. And we just decided, let's make a record. And it went really easily and smoothly, and it was probably one of the most fun records I've ever had a chance to make.
Yeah.
And it took me by surprise, just because I've done a lot of original music over the years, and it was amazing to me, like singing with two people who really know how to sing, how good that feels and how great it sounds when it's done, reasonably well.
Yeah, I agree. I think one of the things that I really appreciated about the band and bringing new material together is as soon as we started singing, it's like our harmonies just clicked, and we didn't really even have to work too hard at dissecting them. which having sung with other people before, that's always something. It's almost, I don't want to say pulling teeth because it's always fun, but it was so effortless with Turn, Turn, Turn. It's like we all just, it was almost intuitive.
Yeah.
I like
Sorry, I'm trying to get into my story.
Like, where's Savannah?
on the move.
I was in the car and now I'm at the shop and I'm trying to get my key in the door. Okay, sorry.
Oh, this is very fun to kind of watch. I'm trying not to be distracted, but you know, I do
She's
get that.
robbing the store right now.
There we go. Woo, sorry about that.
It was interesting.
I saw Jonas up there as well. Oh, what's up?
Yeah, I kind of get that vibe from the three of you that you just kind of have that. I don't know. The three of you just really vibe and you play well together, and it just seems it makes so much sense. To put a lack of better phrase of anything, it's just the three of you together is just great.
Thank you.
And the album is great. It feels effortless, if that's what I'm trying to say. It feels very effortless. It's just this flow that goes together. And I'm so happy to hear how well that you did put out this album. And because, yeah, I remember hearing about y'all and seeing you when you're getting started, when it was covers, and was really happy to hear when you were putting together a album full of new music. It was very exciting. And that it came out during this time. So thank you for putting out new music during all of this as well.
We were happy to.
Well, I'm sure that's been tough too. Like, I know you've been doing a combo of like quarantine shows, live stream, and a little in person. How is all of that going?
I think it's going well. I mean, you know, we're testing new waters. I feel like we've been playing quite a bit actually this summer compared to a lot of other bands. A lot of outdoor shows at the Ice House and Palmer's, and then some live streaming experimentation, some of which was really easy. Other shows were a little bit more challenging, but yeah, I feel like, I mean, the three of us are not as busy as we would normally be with all of our different musical projects, but we've been really busy this summer.
One of the beautiful things, well, one of the fun things, I guess, about playing these limited seating shows is that we've been selling out shows left and right. And granted, it might be a smaller percentage of audience, but it's just, it feels really good to know that we can play a show to the maximum capacity and like fill it up fast. Yeah. And, you know, it's a little frustrating. Sometimes I think about what size crowds we'd be playing to had we not had these times. But I don't know. It feels, every time we sell out a show, it feels really good to kind of tout that and be like, yes, we did it.
Yeah, and the people who attend the shows are super enthusiastic. It's almost like we're like we were in the Eastern Bloc and it just opened up, and all of a sudden like everyone's really happy to be there and really appreciative of everything we're doing, and so that makes it playing in front of a live audience really special for us.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's been I've been doing live music for, you know, a quarter of a century and putting out records, and there's just a different sort of reception to this record. And I think part of it is the pandemic and the sort of inaccessibility to live music for a lot of people. And also a lot of people are just holding off releasing records. You know, people want to wait to release records until they can tour full on. So in some ways, we took advantage of the fact that there's not a huge amount of music coming out. And I think something about this record and something about the three of us together has kind of resonated for people, at least in this city. And I guess beyond that as well, there have been some nice responses in other places too.
Yeah, it was really nice. The last show we played at Palmer's, I saw people singing along. to a lot of the songs, and that was kind of it was a little strange, but it was really great too. I mean, it's such an unusual time to put out new music and to perform, and so I know Adam and Savannah, you probably had experience with people singing along to your lyrics, but that was new for me. And
Not like that.
yeah, it was like everybody. I saw their lips moving on some of those songs. It was really, really awesome.
Well, that's great. I know. I feel like I keep seeing your names keep popping up for a live stream or a smaller show in person. And so that's fantastic. And I can see why, this album does resonate, and it's kind of ripe for what's going on right now. It's kind of soothing and, I don't want to say safe, but I can't think of a better word than just like comforting. It's comforting. There we go. It's like a nice blanket to wrap up in, especially.
We like to consider ourselves the macaroni and cheese of bands. We're like a comfort food.
Tater tot hot dish.
There you go.
I was wondering where that was going.
That's it. Tater tot hot dish. I love it.
It's really accessible music, and it people of all ages can enjoy it. Very young people to like my 85-year-old dad. After he heard it, he said, "I really like this. I hope." He said, "It's really easy to listen to. I hope you're not offended by that." And I was like, "No, we hear that from people of all ages."
Good. I know. Like, I didn't mean to call you safe. I know you're all rockers and you're right. But yeah, and actually you guys I saw you all at Big Turn Music Festival. It's kind of like the last big thing that I went to. I'm sure everyone listening to the show is tired of me talking about it, but that was the last big thing, and saw you all perform at Mandy's, and I'm so glad that I was able to be a part of it. How was your experience there? Was that one of the last big shows?
Great. It was great.
I think it had to have been close. I loved that. I always liked that festival, but I think that was probably it was our first show outside of Minneapolis, if I'm not mistaken. And the room was packed, which we didn't really know what to expect. And everybody was so receptive, and the sound was good. I remember leaving that show being very content with the set.
Me too.
Very happy with the crowd's reaction to it. And
yeah, it was easy. We had been playing a lot up until that point. We had this weekly residency at the Astor, and it was just 3 of us. And but you never know how you're going to sound. The room can change, what you hear and how you sound. And that room there was something about the sound that made it so easy, and we all heard each other perfectly, and the people out in the room heard what we heard. So it was really an enjoyable experience.
Mm-hmm.
Great. I love Big Turn. It's so much fun.
Me too.
Well, and you also did a music video. I'm going to guess from watching it that it was probably filmed during all of this as well. Because of the weather. It was very nice weather. And you all are kind of socially distanced from each other. I'm talking about the Can't Go Back music video. How was that, filming a music video?
I think that video was the first time we had seen each other post quarantine, and it was bizarre, but it was, I don't know, it felt like a reunion. And when Tony was directing it, he wanted all this big energy and this happiness, and it's like, well, of course I'm happy. I'm with my people again. But yeah,
I love making videos with these guys. I think in doing videos in the past, there's just kind of an awkwardness of 6-7 guys in my band just trying to figure out what to do on camera. And the focus of this band, it's just the sort of interaction of the 3 of us is very natural. And so we've just sort of capitalized on that. We've actually made 3 videos now. So we did Cold Hard Truth, which we filmed in a very cold winter, and Can't Go Back we filmed in the hot summer that caused Barb to have a fainting spell while we were filming it. And then we just shot our third video for the song 14. And we filmed that amidst rain and windy coldness a couple weeks back. We had this weird little weather snap.
Yeah.
And shot that in and outside some parts of St. Paul, which was really fun. But I really love doing videos, and we all really like clothes. So we get to wear different clothes in these videos, which is really fun.
We get to play dress up.
Exactly.
I think that's why I've always wanted to be in a music video. I want to play dress up. It always. So you all have been also a part of Save the Stages campaign, which is awesome. I know obviously you're a musician, so of course that's very important to you, but why don't you talk a little bit about being involved in that? Weren't your photos were in front of the Turf Club, right? And were you somewhere else too? I can't remember.
We're in front of the Turf, and they asked us to be a part of the project. I know for me, like, I was super flattered because this band is only, at that point, we'd only played one, as I recall, one full band show when they asked us to do it. And the one place we'd played was at the Turf Club. So our coming out as a full band was at the Turf Club. And it was just a kind of magical night. You know, there were so many variables with sound and all of these, you know, we'd been playing as a trio for so long, but we had, you know, keyboardist and another guitarist and a drummer. And we were like a real band that night. So it was super special. And, you know, at least from my point of view, being asked to be a part of that project was kind of a no-brainer. You know, the Twin Cities music scene has so much to do with the actual venues, as well as all of the amazing artists that keep getting churned out of this neck of the woods. The venues are just great. And the Turf is this sort of institution, and one of the only venues in St. Paul, I say proudly.
That's true. Do you have anything else? What else is happening? I mean, y'all just put out this album. You're doing music videos in elemental crazy weather.
Yeah, I mean, we've been pretty lucky. We've only had one show canceled because of weather so far, because of rain. And we just decided not to reschedule because the likelihood of getting good weather this fall wasn't great. So we have a few more shows in October, and I don't know what we're going to do after that. I've invited Savannah and Adam to Florida with me, where we hope to work on another album.
Ooh, how could you turn that down?
Yeah, it's going to be I'm not looking forward to this winter at all.
Oh, that's why I'm like, I don't think I can be here. And normally I'm here because I'm playing so much, like these two, and you have so many gigs. It's hard to even take a vacation in the wintertime. But yeah, there won't be any shows, I don't think, unless somebody figures out how to do, I don't know. You just can't do indoor shows, I don't think, during COVID. People won't come.
I know. I'm a little worried about winter as well.
I think everyone's like bracing for impact.
Yep.
But yeah, we've started writing some new material. Adam's really taken the lead on that, not surprisingly. And so I think after our last show here in Minneapolis, we're gonna really kind of double down and start fine tuning some of the rough stuff that we've been coming up.
Well, that sounds good. I like the anticipation of brand new music on the way. Something to look forward to.
Definitely something to look forward to for us. You know, this is, in some ways, you didn't get to really do what you do when you put a record out, which is play a whole lot of shows. We played more than a lot of bands, you know,
Right.
But we just weren't able to do that large amount of shows where you're playing like 7 shows in a row as a band that's touring regionally or nationally, like I've done before. When, like, the band, I feel like this band sounds great in the little amount that we've done together, but that idea of being able to play a week of shows in a row, like what a band sounds like after that, is a really kind of magical thing. And unfortunately we haven't had that. So we're just looking forward to, doing another record and maybe, doing some touring with that. Maybe even getting out of, the States, just because I think this is a really, I don't know if I'd call it safe record, but it's certainly listenable, for a lot of people. And it's probably, I kind of, I know when I picked songs that I thought might work, I probably was thinking like, what are the songs that have kind of a traditional structure and feel to them that might be ones that people would really like? So we'll probably, I'm guessing the next record that we do will be similar in that regard. We might push the envelope a little bit in some direction stylistically and everything, but something about three voices together is just soothing.
Agreed. Well, thank you all for joining me. I really appreciate it, and hearing your stories and these Elemental music videos. I'm going to have to check through these again just to watch what was going on to hear how everyone handled things. And thank you for supporting our stages and putting out new music and performing during. I mean, y'all have been doing a lot and helping us all get through this time. So really appreciate it, and looking forward to hearing brand new music from you as soonish.
Well, Krista, thank you for providing a platform for independent artists to play music and for celebrating such a diverse, history and contemporary field of music for people to hear that they can't hear anywhere else. It's a great thing you provide for everybody.
Thank you. Oh, I love it. I love our music scene. We're so lucky. It's so fun.
Absolutely.
I pity the rest of the country. Pity them.
Absolutely. They don't know what they're missing out on here.
We're gonna go down to Florida and show those octogenarians what they're missing up in Minneapolis.
Yeah, I like it.